What it is, YouTube? It's your boy Nisi coming back with another bullseye of a tutorial here today on the channel. So I'm gonna have a really dope V2 preset, and it's going to be ESTG. You feel me? Really dope gangster rappers. You know, like ESTG, he has a certain sound and a certain vocal character that I want to go over today. So I'm doing a V2 preset. And if you guys do like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also check the description down below to get the preset. But let's get to these gems right now.
Had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping.
Okay, so that's me doing my best impression of ESTG. All right, so let's go over this right away today. So ESTG, you know, when I think about a vocal like this, I kind of feel like I'm a chef as an engineer. This vocal reminds me of a Sloppy Joe. You feel me? Like a Sloppy Joe sandwich, because his vocal has a certain bickering and like kind of like a saliva. Niggas, mamas, like you kind of hear a certain type of vocal character that he has here specifically. So usually, you know, I kind of want to add a little bit of dirt, a little bit of greediness. I'm thinking about the lyrics that ESTG is saying, like, them niggas not really sliding, they ain't really on that shit. You feel me? So I want to bring that out emotionally as an engineer through the plugins that I'm picking. So let's see what it sounds like with and without.
Yeah, had action in the drought. When I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch.
And yeah, specifically on this song, he kind of had this real kind of like a brittle type of texture to it. If you listen to the original one.
I had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they cap. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route.
So I think that's really dope for a guy like ESTG, getting that brittle type of style of low end on his vocal. It kind of makes you really feel like he's a little bit under the weather a little bit. You feel me? He got a motorbike, he got an engine, a dirt bike, vroom, 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 inside of his throat type of situation. You feel me? He's got that raspy vocal character. That's really dope. So let's go over this right away. When I think about a dirty vocal, I'm thinking about bringing in a little bit of that SSLG channel strip. You feel me? The SSLG channel strip, it has a gritty texture to it. I'm thinking about it in a situation like an engineer, right? I feel like I'm a jit and I'm in elementary school with them Crayola crayons. You feel me? I already know an apple is red. You feel me? I know a banana is yellow. You feel me? I already know a grape is purple. You feel me? So as an engineer, sometimes you got to familiarize yourself with the certain tones of a plugin to, you know, kind of emotionally color in the picture in the coloring book type shit. SSLG is dirty. He rapping about dirty shit. Boom. Easy. You feel me?
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch.
All right, clearing up a little bit of that low end, mostly just really working the low end. That's the most important thing. And for some reason, you know, I did bring in the gate a little bit. I kind of wanted to have his vocal, like how I said, it's a Sloppy Joe, and it has those little low level nuances. He's kind of got that, like that auntie, you feel me, bickering at you. Hey, do this kind of like nagging type of thing in his vocal. So I used a little bit of the gate to purposely make the vocal pump just a little bit to bring that stuff out. Then we got a de-esser working, only doing like a couple dBs. And then early on, I brought in the CLA vocals. I like these two knobs right here, which is the roof and the upper. It kind of gave us a little bit of a dentist appointment and show the teeth of the vocal. So that's why I use those specifically. Just using this like 3 fingers on the fader, you feel me? And also the default parallel compression. I brought that in early because it just kind of gave it a certain attitude. You feel me? Like I'm having a badass day. The vocal is trying to say, you feel me? A certain grit, a certain quality that the vocal's speaking to the listener through the plugins.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas' mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas' mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas' mamas know they capping.
All right, so that's most importantly, it kind of gave us a certain sandpaper, buzzsaw, lumberjack with that buzzsaw cutting through that wood type of texture. You feel me? The teeth of that chainsaw is what make it cut through. So we giving the vocal some teeth so it can cut through the beat. You feel me? After that, we got a wave C4 in this bit. Most important thing though is controlling that croak. You feel me? Helping that croak get a little bit of Gorilla Glue and helping it stick onto the wall. You feel me? Type of shit. So we have a very slow release time on the bass comp, and we just holding that low end. Like I said, that low end of this song was somewhat brittle. You feel me? It was somewhat brittle, but it had a certain texture to it. And you feel me? That complements the top end, which is like the sloppy Joe part of his vocal. So I feel like as an engineer, sometimes you gotta hear music like a multi-band compressor. Like you gotta hear the difference between the low end of the vocal and the top end, because those are two different things. Like sometimes the vocal, the top end is perfect, but then the low end, it maybe is a little bit out of control. That's why it feels muddy, right? So some people might be like, oh, it feels muddy, but they add more brightness. You feel me? Like they're trying to rebalance the seesaw, but there's a certain way you gotta rebalance that beat. You feel me? You gotta pull out that screwdriver and hold a little bit of that low end. Sometimes you just gotta hold the low end with a C4, and that in itself will kind of make the vocal feel a little bit more tonally balanced together. You feel me?
Had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas' mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas' mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house.
So in general, because I want to preserve that top end, that wispiness of his vocals, that's where the character's at too. My de-esser is working very lightly, and of course the C4, after boosting the top end a little bit more, I'm kind of like bringing the harshness to you in a very nice way. It's like a sharp edge, right? But it's not like a full blade, a full katana that could cut you. It's kind of like just like a little needle. Like at the doctor to say, oh, this is just gonna pinch. That's what I want to do. I only want the top end of the vocal to pinch you so you still feel the hardness. You feel me? Like also his lyrics are hard, and the life he's talking about is hard. So that's why we're doing that. That's why we're making the top end a little bit of that grittiness. And you see that high frequency limiter is working, my boy. Okay, after that Kramer pie, right? Understanding the tone of this compressor, that this compressor does have a way of being gritty. You feel me? This compressor is very gritty. It has solid state components inside of it, right? So this compressor, they used to use it back in the day on electric guitars, and electric guitars have a certain harsh, like a certain point to them, can I say, right? So we're using a Kramer pie here, and we're tapping it a few dBs.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas' mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost.
And of course, these plugins are not too far away from each other. The Kramer Pi and the SSLE, because this is a solid state. This has solid state components in it, and this has solid state components. So ain't that your brother's homeboy, cousin? Type shit like that. Y'all boys kind of look alike. Y'all boys kind of sound alike in general, understanding that they got common components together. That in a sense automatically off the rip kind of glues the vocal together. You feel me? It's like a consistent tonal attitude that we're going for, a consistent color that we're going for with the Crayola crayons as we're drawing up this picture, which is the vocal. All right, after that, we have the REQ, and at that point, we're just doing a little tonal balancing, right? We're rolling off a little bit of low end because we done did so much compression, and when you start compressing more and more and more, you're reducing that dynamic range, right? Which it can bring out the low end. You feel me? It can bring out the low end even more. So we're just controlling the body. You feel me? We're controlling the like a surgeon in Miami. We're controlling the booty. You feel me? Of the vocal.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas' mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas' mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got.
So I think it's also very important as an engineer, you take a little step back after you've done like a couple layers of compression, kind of always consider like, okay, like the compression is a situation where, artifacts might come through when you use specifically analog compressors. There's the artifacts of the components, which is the solid state component. That's regardless of the actual compression part that is, making the vocal get compressed, right? The solid state components consider the input, the output. Does the compressor you're using have a transformer in it? Maybe the low end of your vocal is already perfect, right? But then you add a compressor, like an analog model compressor that has a transformer, like you're like, damn, now the body is a little bit all over the place. So, consider that. Consider that after you do multiple layers of compression, maybe trying to get it tonally balanced back. You feel me? So after right here, we have a little bit of that Lysol fresh air coming into the vocal, right? And this is just giving us a nice lift. Most important thing though is that high mid presence for ESTG, right? That bickering and that mumbling benefits a lot. The fresh air benefits, it benefits the vocal a lot in a situation like that, because it has like a way of doing like a shelf on like specifically like the K's, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6K. You feel me? High mid presence.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house.
Yeah, so mostly just working for that, getting a little bit of that high mid presence. And that's what we're really looking at. And then at that point, we left it all to the bodyguard, which is the silk vocal posted up in the back of the club, being that boss man, making sure everything is in check. Okay, that silk vocal, you feel me? I love using it a lot. This right here is a RVOX. This is right here is a gate as well, like using that gate a little bit more, kind of like a high zip tie gate, trying to get the vocal to pump even more a little bit. But yeah, I like using the female preset on the silk vocal. This is just making sure that we don't have any like overages. Like it's kind of like a safeguard. It's kind of like a lifeguard. You feel me? When you at the beach and you drowning, that lifeguard, he hop in that water and he grab your stupid ass and bring your ass back to shore. That is what the silk vocal is doing for us today, okay?
Had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep.
Yeah, and at that point, I was also being considerate. If you use a plugin like Soothe too, be considerate of the texture. Be considerate of, what is the main attribute of the person's voice. Like I know ESTG's main attribute of his voice is the high mid. Like I just been talking about that shit the whole fucking video. You feel me? So I'm already like, damn, my high mid, my vocal character is already sounding good. I don't want you to like bring that down, my nigga. You feel me? So of course I tightened up the range here. So that's very important. You're using a plugin like Soothe, make sure you don't get too aggressive, because that could kill that upper mid. Like that upper mid is kind of like it's the character of somebody's voice. Like all that lower stuff is like the body, the solidity, the emergency breaking the ground type shit. You feel me? That those are not things that you can really hear. Those are things that more like give a feeling of power. You feel me? But the high mid is where the character is at. The uniqueness of somebody's voice is in the higher mid range. So be cautious of that. Make sure you preserve that. You feel me? Make sure you try to de-harsh it as best as you can through multiple plugins. You feel me? Yeah. And then we have H delay doing a half note. It was a kind of a different rhythm for this song.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep FedEx en route. I got eyes on every.
And then also we go in extended. We're going in extended high end for this half note delay, letting that harshness come through a little bit, but through the delay and at a very, very low level it's like a reinforcement of the vocal character. You feel me? A reinforcement of the harshness, a reinforcement that, yes, my nigga, we do have a fucking samurai katana sitting in the background. You feel me? Right behind the lead vocal type shit. And then we have a mani reverb using a rock vocal room, and I used a room reverb because room reverbs bring out the mid-range even more. That's the main thing. Like on this song, the low end was cut pretty skinny and pretty brittle, like how I said that in the very beginning. You feel me? As an engineer, listen to the music, like, and start making little observations like that, like, damn, this person's vocal kind of already got like all this high end. It's kind of already bright a little bit. All right, I'm not gonna put the flashlight on that shit. It's already bright enough. All right, the low end, you know what, that low end, it kind of already sounds too like it already sounds like this person's voice is already skinny as fuck. So let me not keep cutting off more lows. You feel me? Got to be conscious about shit like that. So I'm using a room reverb to push that mid range back through the actual reverb. Like I'm using the reverb as an additive EQ. Like pay attention.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep, FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought.
And of course, I just doubled down on it with my EQ move, like even more focused, rolling off lows, rolling off top. But I'm mostly using that room reverb to like I said, like an additive EQ. You feel me? So that's a different ass way to approach music. I wish I had somebody tell me that shit way back in the day, bruh. But doubler. You feel me? Man, everybody and their cousin know what that shit is, bro. Come on. And then after that, we have SSLG channel strip. You feel me? On parallel compression mode. You feel me? Hard knee compression. Very important. Understands the VCA compression. Oh, understanding that we want to add a little bit more jaggedness to the high end. So I purposely picked the SSLG on that 12 ratio. The higher you go up with the ratio, the harder the knee gets, and we blending that in.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep, FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep, FedEx en route. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping.
So like between these two things, these are kind of like more like additive moves to the mid-range. Like pay attention, I'm gonna bypass the reverb and the parallel compression, and it's mostly mid-range additive stuff that we're doing here.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep, FedEx. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough.
So it's more like a weight thing. It's more like we're putting some liposuction fat onto the vocal, right? Like we're making the mid-range more dense. We're making the high mid more dense, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep, FedEx.
So that's why, like in this music shit, you gotta know your shit, bro. Cause it's little shit like that. Like you listen to like ESTG and you're like, how does the vocal sound like so present? Hey, but it's so clean at the same time. All the shit that people say to me, and it's like, bro, you gotta like that little stuff makes a difference. Like the room reverb, and then understand that SSLG got the VCA circuit that gives emphasis on the high mid, and like blending those two together to get that texture and shit. You feel me? So after that, we have them dope ass adlibs. You feel me? Dope ass adlibs, and yeah, we're just gonna play them as we go through it.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep, FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep, FedEx en route. I got eyes on every house. Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep.
All right, most important thing here, rolling off the low end, and the low end is setting the distance, how far back we want the adlibs to be. If we wanted them to be even farther back, we would roll off even more low end. And I did this little push right here on the high mid because I'm trying to bring out a reinforcement. I want you to hear what the adlibs are. So if I feel like the adlibs are not cutting through enough in the mix, what you can do is you just push it like that. You feel me? But also be cautious of how much top end you're rolling off. The more top end you roll off the adlibs, you're gonna lose intelligibility, right? So this is like this simple ass EQ move, like only a dB, bruh. Those will help adlibs cut through. And then we letting the silk vocal rum, 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 rum. You feel me? Wrecking Ralph, get the wrecking up the motherfucking adlibs. You feel me? On the high end and all that stuff. And we compressing this shit. We drop that hammer on them adlibs with that RVox. And then we did like a little gauge. Then we did the CLA vocals for the parallel compression. You feel me? Then we used like just a little bit of slap, like literally the bare minimum, and this kind of like just naturally widens the adlibs. I used the L1 to generate a little distortion. You feel me? On the adlibs, we used the Manny room reverb, a 70s reverb. So 70s music is very dry. And this type of rap music with ESTG is very dry, so I know, oh shit, 70s reverb, oh shit, this is dry ass metal. 70s is dry, new rap music is dry, oh perfect. Boom, pulled that preset up, blended it, sounded perfect. And then we used the Kramer tape, and I used it as a distortion, right? So this is a trick you can do. You put it on 1-to-1, right? And then you just pull the threshold the whole way down. So I'm gonna show you when I take this and put it on it, how it's distorting. I use that as parallel distortion.
Yeah, had action in the drought. What I lost, I came back found. Niggas mamas know they capping. We ain't seen enough to vouch. Ain't no sleep, FedEx en route. I got had action in the drought. What in the drought, I came back found. Yeah, in the drought, I came back found. Gotti, ain't no vouch.
That adds a shit ton of harshness, right? But I'm using it as a parallel distorter. You feel me? So boom, like no compression, 1-to-1. You feel me? And then just cranking the threshold the whole way down. We're using it like a damn near like a distortion pedal. That's a crazy trick. I had to figure that out myself. I just blended it into taste. You feel me? Blended it into taste. So this is pretty much the end of the video here today. If you guys did like you guys did like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You want to get the preset, check the description down below, okay? And also suggest more artists so we can keep on doing this, you feel me? As often as we can. And I just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my YouTube family. Appreciate y'all now, YouTube gang. Peace.